Hello everyone, welcome back on my channel Lesson Plan Corner. Today in this video we are going to see what was educational philosophy of Aurobindo Ghosh. And we have already saw educational philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. If you haven't watched that video then please do check it in the description box below. And I have another YouTube channel named Nutan Online Study. So if you want the same video in Hindi, you can subscribe that and you can watch the video there. Okay. So today in this video we are going to see what was educational philosophy of Aurobindo Ghosh. So today in this video we are going to see what was his aim of education, what was method of teaching according to Aurobindo Ghosh, curriculum, teacher, discipline and school. Okay. And if you need the PDF then please do comment me in the comment section below. Okay, now let's see introduction of Aurobindo Ghosh. And Aurobindo Ghosh is a very famous name, so I think everyone knows about that about him. But we have to also give some introduction on Aurobindo Ghosh. So let's see. Aurobindo Ghosh was born on August 15, 1872 in Kolkata. He was Bengali, and Aurobindo means lotus in Sanskrit. And his father was Dr. Krishnan Dhan Ghosh. So his father used to love Western culture, so he also wanted his son to grow up into a Englishman. So for that he was sent, means his father sent Aurobindo to England at the age of 7, and he lived there for 14 years. Okay, in Western country, England. Sri Aurobindo Ghosh lived there for 14 years, and he got his education in London, Cambridge, and after that he became master in English, Greek and Latin. So he was idealistic also, and we have learned about idealism also. So his idealistic philosophy was based upon Vedantic philosophy of Upanishad. He maintains that the kind of education we need in our country is an education proper to the Indian soul and need and temperament and culture that we are in quest of. So basically he has studied in London, but still his philosophy that we can see was based on Upanishad because he was very much spiritual person. Although his father wanted to make him an Englishman, but he was very much spiritual within, from within. He was very much spiritual. So he here you can see some few definition according to Aurobindo Ghosh. So what he says about education is helping the growing soul to draw out that is in itself. So what Aurobindo Ghosh says is education actually help us to draw out and to grow our soul. Okay. Education is helping the growing soul to draw out that is in itself. So he used to say that we have a lot of capacities and we have a lot of power within ourselves, and education helps to draw out all that. Now here you can see aim of education according to him. Okay, first is acquire knowledge. So the aim of education is to acquire knowledge. According to Aurobindo, knowledge should be the latest and related to the different fields such as literature and culture, science and politics. So he was so much interested in all these subjects. So he used to say that we should give the we should give education to students that is latest, okay, that is happening in the world. We have to give education to children according to that, and we have to also add subjects like literature, culture, science, politics. Physical purity, as we have already discussed that he was very much spiritual, so he used to say that it is very important that should you know we should be pure we should be pure internally and out from outside also. Because if our body will not be pure then we cannot perform our spiritual or our religious obligations. Or Aurobindo assists that without physical purity, we cannot do our spiritual things, like whatever spiritual things we people say or Hindu people do. It is not possible without physical purity. So he used to insist more on this physical purity. Training of senses. So he used to say that we should also give training to our senses, so that we can hear, speak, listening. We can also we have to give education to all our senses, because we achieve or we get knowledge through all of our senses, like we hear, we see, we touch. So it is very important to give training of all the senses. Mental development. So here Aurobindo says that it is very important to give training to our you know it is very important to develop, mental development is very much important. And like, such as memory, thinking, reasoning, imagination, discrimination, special relationship, and generalization. After that, here you can say development of morality. So he used to say that it is very much essential for us to give moral values or give moral education to students. For his character building, we have to give the moral education to students. Development of conscience. So he actually marked four levels, that is chitta, mana, intelligence, and intuitions. And teacher has to help to children in all these levels. Okay. Spiritual development. So he used to say that we should do yoga, and we should do some exercises. Brahmacharya. You know he used to say that it is very important that we should practice, we should do some physical practice and spiritual also. But for physical practice, he used to say that yoga is really important, exercise is also very important. Okay. And after that, method of teaching. So method of teaching was like self experience. Means he used to say that if a child is getting knowledge through practically, then he will also learn through that. So he used to say that self experience is really important. Without that, just giving knowledge theoretically will be just merely a wastage of time and everything. So self learning, self experience is really important. Learning by doing, because he was in favor of practical knowledge, so he used to say that learning by doing is a good way, good method to teach to students. Freedom of child. So he used to say that we should not give strict punishment to students. If we will set let them free, and then that way student will you know get experience, and they will learn by that. Education through training sense and mind. So he was in favor of giving training to all our senses, all our five senses. Education through mother tongue. So he used to say that we have to give education to children in their mother tongue only, so that language cannot become a hindrance in a path of education. Interest of the child. So we have to also uh, you know we have to also think that what is the interest of child, and according to him we have to give them education. Here you can see curriculum. So for curriculum, he has added, for primary education he suggested mother tongue, English, French literature, national history, art, painting, general science, social studies, and arithmetic. And second stage, mother tongue, English, French, arithmetic, art, physics, chemistry, biology, physiology, health education, and social studies. University stage, Indian and Western philosophy, history of civilization, English literature, French literature, sociology, psychology, history of science, physics, chemistry, zoology, botany, international relations, and integration. Here you can see vocational language, physical education, mental education, psychic and spiritual education, international education, and moral education. All these subjects he wanted to add into his curriculum. Okay. Now, teacher according to him. So he believed that student is the, so he wanted us that education should be student centered or child centered. because child has his own interest and abilities, so it is a duty of teacher to focus on needs and demands of children. Okay, so what he says about teacher is the teacher is not an instructor or taskmaster, he is just a helper and guide. So he used to say that teacher is just a guide, and he should just give instruction to children. If children is doing anything wrong, then teacher can suggest to them. Otherwise, education should be just a child center, and teacher is just a observer or a instructor. Child. So child, according to Aurobindo, nature has bestowed different human beings with different capacities and powers. Therefore, education should develop in the child whatever has already been endowed to him by God. So, what Aurobindo Ghosh used to say that every child is different from each other, and each child has some abilities in him. And what teacher has to do is teacher has to try to draw out all those things, all those abilities from students by education. So he used to say the child is a soul to find them, to find himself, to grow into their maturity, into fullness of physical and vital energy, and utmost breadth, depth, and height of his emotional. But the parents and the teachers should help him achieve the fullest development. He believes that child has his own inherent capacity and special ability. So what he says that child has his own abilities and some powers in him, some capacities in himself. So it is duty of teacher to find it out through the education. Otherwise, child has some abilities that has been endowed him by God. Discipline. So children should be provided a free environment. So we have already discussed that he was not in favor of giving punishment to child, and he wanted that we should give freedom to child, so that they can they can learn by their own experiences. So we have to give full freedom to children. Okay, so this was my video on Aurobindo Ghosh, Educational Philosophy of Aurobindo Ghosh. If you like this video, then please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. If you need the PDF, then please do comment me in the comment section below. I will provide a PDF of this video. Okay, we will meet in next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.